are a lot of helpful features right at your fingertips on the front of the Baby Lock Brilliant. First, we have the Start-Stop button. You can touch this anytime to stitch, and it's going to let you know if you've forgotten to do something like lowering the presser foot, and it will also let you know that you have to disconnect the foot controller in order to use the Start-Stop button for sewing. Above that, we have the Reverse button. Anytime you touch the Reverse button as you are sewing, the machine is going to stitch in continuous reverse as long as you hold on to that button, and when you release, it will start stitching forward again. This button serves a second purpose. When you've programmed a lock or a thread cut at the end of a seam, it's how you're going to let the machine know that you've reached the end of the seam and you're ready for it to lock in those stitches and cut the thread. Above that, we have the Reinforcement button. When you are stitching a decorative stitch, you can touch reinforcement and a green LED light will appear, letting you know that the machine acknowledges that you want it to lock in the stitch. It's going to complete the decorative stitch, then lock in, and thread cut if you have programmed that as well. Next, you have your Needle Position button. Anytime you touch the needle position, it will lift or lower the needle position. Next, you have the Thread Cutter button. No matter where you are in a stitch, you can always cut the threads simply by touching the Thread Cutter button. As we move across the machine, we'll find Speed Control. You can program your machine to stitch at the fastest speed or the slowest speed or anywhere in between. On the front of the machine, you'll find that you've got several buttons as well. First, we have the Automatic Tie-Off. When you program in that automatic tie-off, when you begin a seam, the Brilliant's going to lock in your stitches, and at the end of a seam, again, you'll touch your reverse button, and it's going to lock in the stitches at the end of the seam. You can also program an automatic tie-off and trim with the scissor button. And now at the end of your seam, your machine will lock in the stitch and cut the threads.